Well, hello. We're online, I suppose. Let me take care of the business here. We gotta go here, here. Oh, we gotta invite participants. Invite. Copy invitation. There we go. Then I gotta go. Thanks, Tony. Let me take care of this. We go home. What a pain in the ass. All right. At the bench. New topic. Paste. Post. All right. The link is in the hangout or at the bench. Let's see here. You go here, YouTube. My videos. Live on. I had a hard time getting in because I had had my VPN on. It didn't know who I was. Okay, that's all good. Okay, so there's Gary. Let's see, where'd you go here? Gary's connecting to audio. There he is.
There we go.
Today was old people payday, so I didn't do any streaming today. But I did work on this. I cleared it today.
So getting there, right?
Yeah, we can start inking it now.
Do you use other C8 besides SN?
I use a medium once in a while, but the only
What-
reason why you use that stuff is you're not making your joints real tight. You know, gap filling.
Yeah. I was going to order some from it for that. Just another project about the plane building, but it wasn't on there. So I thought I just didn't know whether you used it or not.
I think the thin is on there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, SN was there.
I don't use much gap filling or medium or thick CA. That doesn't mean you can't do it.
No, well, this wasn't a plane project anyway. So
Want to make an announcement here. If any of you guys are trying to call me and you get my voice message, that's because I don't have you in my contacts. Because I'm not taking, I got it turned off. I'm not taking any more calls. Because every 5 minutes, I mean, I got 12 calls in an hour. Yeah, I think they handed out my number. You know, it's ridiculous. There's this
One for
yeah,
each of you.
the Steve
yeah,
Smith
yeah.
Pretty nice weather today, Steve. Did you go flying?
No, I didn't. The wind forecast scared me off. And I only have one car right now.
How many do you normally take to the field?
Yeah, I had to brought my daughter's car back from Columbia, get some stuff done,
Uh,
and it won't be finished till Thursday. So I don't think I'll be able to come over till Friday, Bob.
All right.
And I also discovered that I do not have a 3/8 inch drill bit.
Yeah, okay.
You told me to drill that spinner back with a 3/8 inch drill bit.
Or whatever it takes. I don't. Just bring it over. I got drills.
The biggest one I could find was a 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
We
Is
had
that
a small,
is that because that's all the drills, the motor and the chucks that I have won't fit?
No clue. I've never seen a 1/4 inch drill. They're normally 3/8. 3/8 or 1/2 inch drill.
Oh, okay.
But just bring it over. We'll fix it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's metal. I think it's plastic.
The back plate?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's metal. It's
Well,
silver, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's aluminum or magnesium.
All right.
we just had a small earthquake this afternoon.
You did.
Yeah, we felt it. I just boom, boom. I thought, what was that?
Oh my.
And
Where are you,
so
Gary?
Ohio, on the Ohio River.
Ohio.
This is
Oh
the
my.
south of us, but what, 3 or 4 days ago, we had one right underneath us here in Reno.
Huh.
So,
No, we don't want any earthquakes here because the New Madrid fault, it would be really bad if that
yeah,
went.
yeah,
What would make it really bad is that this place is not the buildings are not set up for earthquakes.
Right.
They're
yeah.
brick, they're not sticks. But my house has been here over 100 years. It'll probably be all right.
oh, don't say that out loud.
Yeah.
You can think it, just don't say it. That's right about the time the universe says, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Right, Steve. You brought some fine sandpaper over here.
I brought what? Yeah, I brought you a little baggie full,
Is it
a
is this
Ziploc bag.
is this sound on here? Or I turned my other microphone off. Oh yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, sounds good.
You didn't bring this sandpaper for me, you brought it for you.
No, I brought two packages, one for me and one for you.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Well, I only saw one package and this is it right here.
No, the other one is in a box on the table in the other room.
I just went into the other room and got it off the table in the other room.
Oh, well, I brought two. I don't know what you did with it, but go ahead and use it.
I didn't do anything with it because you didn't give it to me.
I got it. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
What's that go up to?
3,000.
3,000.
And where did you get this from?
I got it from my wife. She had it stashed somewhere.
We know who the real craftsman is in that house.
Oh yeah. I forget what she had it for. It wasn't for making models.
This is polishing sandpaper.
Yeah.
Polishing metal.
Well, she's not doing car bodies either, so I don't know.
thing ain't really ready to sand, but it's got a couple of spots that need sand.
Oh, so what are you gonna sand it with?
2,500.
2,500, okay. There you go. You'll sharpen your scissors using that.
Exactly right. Well, don't everybody talk at once.
Steve stepped away. Roy Lane just came in.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
All right.
Just ran downstairs to get a little show and tell.
All right.
So
Don't everybody talk at once.
Uh-oh.
Window open.
Somebody's got the YouTube open.
That's me, Anton.
Just came in. Yeah.
I got it. Sorry about that.
That happens.
I never come in before. I was listening on my phone, see if I was doing something wrong.
Ah, okay. You got it
this
going.
OS 32 from a RC guy I know. And
Huh.
of course it had a carburetor on it. That doesn't do us any good.
Hold on a second. Let me
Then
make
make
it
you
bigger.
big.
I was at the doctor today on a scale. I'm plenty big.
What's going on here? Why won't it? There we go. Spotlight for it.
It's, you've seen 100 of these. It's OS 32.
Yeah, I got two of them.
Had a carburetor, which didn't do me any good. So I made my first Venturi.
How'd
What do
you
you use
make
for a
that?
lathe?
Pardon me?
Got a lathe?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
I do. There it goes. I
Now you need
haven't
a
I
needle
haven't drilled
valve.
the cross hole in it yet to put the needle valve through. That's easy to do. I was more, it's kind of a pain in the ass. What end to hang on to this little stupid thing, depending on what you're trying to do. And I just used I got kind of a pretty finely tapered reamer. It's actually an RC car body reamer that I can chuck up in the tailstock of my lathe.
Hmm.
And the outbound end of the Venturi's got a lot shallower taper, if you will.
How big a lathe you got?
It's just one of those little 14-inch.
Harbor Freight job?
It's from Micro Mark,
Same
but
thing.
it's the same. It's made by Sieg Tool. I guess it's a 7x14 or whatever. It's not a lathe. It's a lathe kit. When you get it, it ain't worth a shit. You gotta.
Hmm.
I spent a whole bunch of time lapping things in and fitting things and scraping things and shimming things, and I have a little benchtop milling machine just like it. They're twins. But anyway, it took me probably 10 times as long as it takes Jim Lee to make one of these things, I'm sure, but
Hmm.
it was my first one. Actually, the harder part was finding the real Delrin.
Where did you get that?
What's that?
Where did you get that?
I gotta go look at the name of the place. Some online plastic supplier had a real Delrin. Delrin 150 is what you want for this.
I don't know whether it's here anymore, but years ago I used to buy from Cope, COPE.
Yeah, Cope's still here. I didn't try them. I normally buy this kind of stuff from Gordon's Plastics in Fenton, but when I talk to them, so the problem is this, you got to get a 5-foot stick of this stuff, and you know what it's like to ship something that's 5 feet long. And so luckily, the place I bought it from was a place that was small enough that I could get them to put their hands on before they shipped it. And I said, I'll take all 5 feet of it, but I'm going to be making little 1-inch long pieces. So I don't need 5 continuous feet. Can you lop that thing up into some small pieces and put it in a little box that's cheap to ship? and they did it for me. That's why I bought it from them.
Ah, nice.
I think from Gordon's Plastics, you know, the 5-foot stick of Delrin was like, the plastic was only like $13 or $14, but then it was going to be like $35 in shipping.
They had them cut into 5 1-foot pieces and it cost you $3 to ship it, huh?
Well, it was a little more than $3, but it definitely wasn't $35. I think the total bill with shipping from the place I ended up getting it from was $30 for what's probably a lifetime supply of Delrin to make Venturis with. So
Are you gonna put that in one of the Sky Rays?
no, I don't know. I really don't have an airplane for this. It's just I heard they were Sparky said some good things about it. I heard Dan say some good things about it. I've read some good things about it, and one of them came up. Guy wanted $50 for the thing, and I know the guy, so I just got it. I don't have
Got as
any.
much power as a 60.
I think that says more about the 60 than it does this engine.
All right. Super Tiger 60, but it's got as much, it'll pull this airplane, but it just be screaming.
Hmm.
Right. But we'll see. That was just, it was more. The first Skyray has a FP20 and the second Skyray's got a LA-25.
Oh, okay. So that's a little too big for it, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure it'd be way too big. I do have one of the new Enya 35s coming, which I think might be a decent engine. I think it runs like an OS 35 did or a Fox 35 did from what I'm reading. It's not a screamer like this. But I don't know what I'll do with that either. The Skyrays are not going to have anything nice. There's going to be Skyray shaped holes in the square pad out there. That's the point of those airplanes, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's my show. Well, and the other thing I guess is I was kind of surprised I got the one Venturi that I made, and it only cost me one oh shit try where something went wrong. I didn't waste too much material. But this is, if you've ever done any machining before, this good Delrin is really fun to cut. You almost
Why
can't
is this
screw it
not
up.
working?
Uh-oh.
He's talking in the background, so I just muted him.
Yeah, Roy got in trouble.
I don't think I've met Roy. Where's he from?
The lower right corner of the screen, it looks like.
Yeah.
Wonder if it'd be hard to make my own kazoo with one of these.
Oh my.
Sparky,
Yeah.
Lisa wants to know what to use to thin epoxy to fuel proof profile nose moment.
What would I use? You use denatured alcohol. Not rubbing alcohol, denatured alcohol.
Did he say to sand epoxy?
Thin it.
Oh,
Thin, yeah.
do you ever use acetone?
You can use that too.
I guess it's probably just more expensive than denatured alcohol. The last time my hardware store was out of, I usually buy those yellow and white metal gallon cans like everybody gets of their alcohol. They were out of it, so I had to buy a bottle of Everclear at the supermarket. But it's the same thing. That's what denatured alcohol is drinking liquor that they put something in it so you won't drink it because it hasn't been taxed.
Oh.
Everclear. So if you're ever in a bind.
Well, your car will run on Everclear.
I mean, a nuclear submarine would probably run on that shit. That stuff nasty.
Yeah.
I think I got stupid in high school a few times and got sick on that. Only takes a few sips and you're screwed.
You're supposed to mix it with grape.
I mixed it with saliva.
Oh,
Everclear, everybody thought they were training to be in the circus. take mouthfuls of that and blow it into a lighter, you know, you felt like a dragon.
Oh, yeah.
But just doing that, you didn't have to swallow it or anything, just having it in your mouth that little bit. You did that 3 or 4 times and you were shit-faced without ever swallowing a drop of it.
Oh, man.
Now you know what happened to me. That's where all those brain
Yeah.
cells went.
Now that's what happened.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. Sparky, when you were a drinker, did you have a favorite drink, or do you try just about
Excuse
anything?
me.
Or?
I drank anything, beer mostly,
Okay.
Budweiser, because it's the only beer brewed with rice.
Really?
Yep. It has that zip to it. But I drank a lot of bourbon and, bourbon and Coke, and bourbon and 7, highballs.
I just can't. I've never been able to stomach the dark, anything brown liquor. The clear liquors I drink, but not the brown liquors. And I don't really drink much anymore anyway. So
34 years now I haven't had a drink, so.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
Roy,
all
I
right.
muted you, so you're gonna have to unmute yourself. Find your microphone and click on it.
Lower left corner.
There you go.
Okay, sorry about that.
So where are you, Roy? What part of the country?
Bartlett, Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah, between Memphis and Millington.
Oh,
You're a friend of Jim Lynch and Charlie Reeves and Paul Taylor, right?
Well, I've probably met him, don't know him.
How about Zerl? You know him?
Well, I knew Jim Lynch and Lester Goldsmith back in the day, but that's the only people I knew. I've been out 20 years in the Air Force all around the country and retired North Carolina for 10 years before I came home. The local club is all RC.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That the Millington Barnstormers or something like that?
Well, I joined the Memphis Prop Busters.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of in Arlington, and then there's the Millington guys. So I've never been out to their field.
I crashed my Thunderbolt at the Millington field.
Yeah, I've been by the gate during the week. It's only open on the weekends, I guess. Kind of on the edge of a landfill, looks like.
Yeah, I think it was. I was stationed in Millington when I was in the military for whatever 11 weeks or whatever that A school was.
I guess
Good
the
place to
bright
be
side of
from.
being by the landfill is probably a pretty secure site for them. They won't have to worry about somebody wanting to do something else with that land.
I think that's common in across the country.
Yep.
I think
So
they build them.
They gave the whole north side of the base to the city of Millington. So all the guys, the south side, they tore all the barracks down. It's just a shell of a base.
Time I was there with Zerl and Lou Rankin and myself. We were looking for the square pad between the church and the hobby shop. Not there no more. Neither are the Quonset huts or any of that shit.
Yeah. Totally different.
Still got shore patrol there though.
I don't know how many people they got. It's mostly, the only thing that's left is the personnel department and the promotion boards, just a command staff.
Miramar, where I was stationed, I think is a Marine base now. It's been closed down. It used to be Fighter Town, but
Yeah.
not anymore.
That's not Top Gun school's not at Miramar anymore.
No, Oceana.
Oh, okay. I could see you riding around on your Ninja with your leather jacket on down there, racing airplanes.
No, I didn't have a motorcycle in.
It'd have to be a Harley, it wouldn't be a Ninja.
That's
Won't
right.
keep up with an airplane then.
I don't like them Kamasapis.
What did all the Harley people think whenever they put a German in as the CEO of Harley Davidson?
I don't know. I was out of there by then. I
That
was
was
there.
like a big rule in a lot of those.
Willie G was still the CEO. You know, everybody whines about AMF taking him over, you know, in '69 when they went from the generator motor to the shovel head motor, the cone motor. But if it wasn't for AMF, that's American Machine and Foundry, there wouldn't be Harley Davidson today. They saved them.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That the same AMF that makes bowling balls?
Absolutely. When I worked at Widman, we had a bowling alley in the showroom, and Earl Widman, who was the owner of Widman, he was the designer of Fab bowling balls. You ever seen a Fab bowling ball?
No.
They used to make them in our warehouse across the street where we kept motorcycles. But yeah, we had a bowling alley in there and a pin setter and all that shit.
Hmm. You gonna go to Brodak, Gary?
I don't know. That's a long way off.
Not really.
I was
I
gonna say, I
know.
thought that was
Coming,
like the first big contest of the year, isn't it?
Well, it's definitely the best contest of the year.
I'm sure guys would debate that with you.
Well, we got the first contest of the year here in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah. Has anybody ever went out to the Southwest Regionals?
I was there when I was Eugene prop spinner, but that's been 30 years ago.
They have that website called flyinglines.org. It's kind of like the newsletter for that left coast out there, but it's got, when you're trying to learn shit like I am, lots of articles and stuff. But I see that contest seems like it's a pretty big contest.
You have to go to the computer to read that, but you see this right here? You got this right here. It's a vast knowledge. All you got to do is use it.
The
it
phone?
sure is.
Hello, call me. I'll tell you.
Except you got to be in your contacts now.
He's in my contact. Yeah, it's unreal. Man, yesterday was driving me nuts.
Mhm.
I've had an
Go
uptick
ahead.
in them, but I don't answer them. So
Yeah, I definitely don't answer them.
Well, I got something that I'll send you, Steve. It's free. Let's see here.
That's right in my price range.
There you go.
Maybe I can send it to you. This is settings. No, I'm gonna go settings, blocking, keypad. No, look up. I thought I saw it on here, but I guess not. Send to a friend. Huh. Updated spam warning. App settings. October helps. Share app. There we go. Let's go mail. Cancel. Delete your app. Share app. with a message. There we go. To Steve Smith. Steve Smith. And we're gonna, and the real Steve Smith.
But you had him in there as Esteban Herrera.
Yeah. Okay, you guys should get it here. Download that, and I've got the full service job, but it keeps an updated spam list. But for some reason, they were getting through yesterday.
Oh, man.
They must not be on the spam list yet.
Hmm. You need an app that answers the phone in Hindi and then cusses them out.
Okay.
The problem is that most all that stuff is robo-dial, and as soon as you answer,
Yeah,
it takes you and puts you in a certain pile, which says, call this one again.
right.
But it doesn't matter what you say when you answer.
No, I don't say hello usually unless it's somebody I know.
What you do if you want to get rid of them, just as soon as you answer, just as soon as you say hello and then you know you're talking to dead air, reach up and hit mute and just let them
And
come
leave
on.
it sit.
Yeah, they will take your name off the list because they think an answering machine answered, and
Ah,
it's a mute number. My wife did it, and she don't get those calls. I still get 10 a day.
oh,
Yeah, I don't
man.
get them. I get 10 a year, maybe.
Oh, I bet I got 10 today. Let me see. I went fishing today and I'm on the boat and the phone
Bass
starts
fishing?
ringing. It. Yeah,
Get anything?
one. Got one good one. You can get all the little ones you wanted, but I got one good one, about 4.5
Those little
pounds.
ones are fun to catch.
Yeah.
On a fly rod, yes. On a bass rod, not really.
Have they started moving in towards shallow water by you yet?
No, they're still out deep. We was catching the two we caught were in 35 feet of water.
Oh wow.
Okay,
1, 2, 3,
so I got
4,
one
5,
at
6,
328, 253, 240, 118,
10,
Oh God.
1121,
11,
999.
12,
I'd be changing my
11.
number thing.
I got 11
In a day. He got 11 in an hour.
in an hour. Dang, Robert. Did you have a chance to check see what that was going to cost to ship? Because I think
No,
it's probably about
I'm
what
not
you
sure I
said.
want to monkey with it, to be honest with you, Phil.
Oh, come on now. I need to get these done. I've already built the wing now.
Yeah. Can I say?
Get it all, get it in the box and tell me how much I owe you, and I'll ship it and send you a check.
Getting the box is going to be the problem.
Take it to pack and ship. They will provide a box.
Yeah, that's all sounds good, but I'm pretty busy.
Oh well, I know that feeling.
I'll see what I can do.
With
I'll
a
let you
with a with a talent you got for building airplanes, a cardboard box should not be a problem.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the right material.
Yeah, all
Cardboard's
the
easy.
cardboard now is a lot heavier than it was in the good days.
I think I got a box over there. It might
There's
work.
no good light cardboard left.
Lord have
Sparky,
mercy.
Steve said you're going to be test flying that airplane on live video tonight. What's going on over there?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Okay.
I got the clear
Steve,
on it.
Oh, I could.
Steve,
Okay.
I'm going to be inking here shortly.
So you put some clear on, then you ink, and then more clear over that.
Yep.
how much you put on, Sparky? 2 coats?
There's a half the clear on it right now.
So are those hinges, have you glued the surfaces on permanently now?
No.
No. No. Not till all the paint's on. Sparky, it looks like you're going after a Concours Award again.
Yeah, we're trying. There's a pint of clear on it, pint of product, and then it's a quart on there. So one full thing of this gun right here. I still got a little bit in the bottom here.
Oh, you got one of those trick ones. Forgot what you call those.
They're top loaders, you know.
3M.
High volume.
I got a
low
bunch of those.
pressure.
I got a bunch of those cups. I don't have the gun. If you've got the gun, I'll try to remember to bring the stuff to Wimmy to
All right, harmonica lessons
Prodax
starting
next year.
anytime here.
HVLP,
Yeah,
high
high
volume
volume
low pressure.
Yeah, but there's HPLV and then there's the ones like that have a plastic bag inside a plastic cup.
Is that
That
what
goes
Magic
on you.
Johnson caught years ago?
What's that?
That's some acronym. You said HPLV.
HPLV, high volume, low pressure.
I also have an HTE gun, which is high transfer efficiency, but that'll really
Yeah.
put the paint on.
That's too heavy. That's a good gun for primer or something where you're gonna put full body primer on a car or something that you don't care how heavy it is, just get it built up where you can use it.
Now,
And you're
primer
done.
gun is this one, but we ain't using it.
I've got an old draw out of the bottom gun I use for primer.
Me too. This is the DeVelvis.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a $500 gun there.
Yeah, mine's not. Mine's about $35, but that's about what I use for primer.
Roy's flying almost inverted.
Yeah, I'm learning this thing. Camera's
Roy, have
good.
you been?
There
He
he
is
goes. Now
inverted.
There
he's
you
inverted.
go.
Roy, have you been drinking?
Yeah.
They're not going to
Dad
let you on the
Coke.
internet they're not going to let you on the internet if you continue this behavior. I'm telling you.
The Diet Coke strong as I get.
Yeah, about as strong as I go anymore.
Oh,
Oh, speaking of primer, Bob, I won't be getting that primer till next week.
Oh, well,
Oh Lord.
probably
Doesn't
won't
come-
be here till next week.
Yeah, it looks looking like. Maybe
Steve,
Friday.
did you get that stuff I texted you at test? Because it looked like it bounced. I don't know if you got it or not. I don't know how to tell.
Who?
You sent me that test on Stunt School,
Yeah.
and I filled it all out and scanned it. I printed it and then
Then
filled it out and scanned it and sent it back to you.
in a text?
Email.
Yeah, yeah.
In an email. Huh?
Told you I am not computer literate. That's the reason I don't try to host this thing. I don't even know how to share pictures. I share pictures like this. There's
Yeah.
one from China. There's one from China. I don't know if you got it or not. If you didn't, I need to try to send it again.
No, I don't think I did because I checked my spam folder too.
Well,
I
I'll send
did
it
not.
again then. I'll find it and send it again. I put it somewhere. I cleaned up. Big mistake. Well, I'll find it and do it again. It'll be all right. I still got it in my folder, so if I have to, I'll do it again.
All right.
I used to
Yeah,
like
maybe.
sandwiches, but they taste different now.
Yeah. They're not
I
very
haven't
filling,
got-
are they?
I haven't
Not
got
very filling,
Junior's
are they,
test.
Robert?
No, Junior got his about half done and got distracted with something. I just had when he mentioned that the guilt came over me in a big wave, and I looked over there and I saw where it was sitting and went, "Oh, damn it!"
The hardest part about the whole dang test, there was one question that I really didn't know the answer to because I kept meaning to ask about it the night we took the test. And I know how I answered it, but I don't know if it's right. and trying to draw, it's got a thing in there that says draw the overhead 8, what it would look like. And that's hard because it's not round. From a judge's perspective, it's kind of an ellipse.
Yeah, yeah. The quality of the drawing is not judged.
Good. Because I can't draw a stick person.
Yeah. No, the whole idea of that is just the start and end point. Probably ought to change that somehow. I don't know. Maybe I could get the drawings on there without the start and end point, and then all you'd have to do is mark the start and end points of each maneuver.
Yeah. Start and end points are pretty simple for most of them. The two confusing ones are the one they changed last year.
Yeah.
And well, anyway, I can't even remember what all was on there now. But anyway,
I've been
it's
looking.
do what?
I was just gonna say, I can't remember the question number, but there's one I couldn't find the answer to. It was one about where's the judge supposed to set up his tip jar?
Yeah, I couldn't find the answer to that one either. I just said anywhere logical.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's Stuart from the Great White North.
Hey,
51st
John's
state.
I just saw John. How are you,
Oh,
Santa
John
Claus?
Miller snuck in too.
Yeah.
did. How y'all doing?
All right.
Doing
Good.
great, John. Good, better now that we see you. I'm glad to see you feeling better.
I'm feeling a lot better.
Good deal.
I was pretty sick there for a while.
Hmm.
I got a bunch of friends that have had the flu. And if y'all ain't had your flu shot, I'm thinking about going and getting one. I wasn't going to get one, but they said the flu this year was worse than the bug, and it was worst flu they'd ever had. And these are two guys that are as healthy as they don't usually get so much as the sniffles. And Randy said he thought he was going to die with this crap. So this is one nasty
We got a
nasty flu.
question from Wayne Rice, which was answered on the thinner, but our Divison or Divinskin, I can't even say that. So a wooden sailboat builder told him he told hey to thin it with xylene. That'd probably work.
Oh gosh, it might work, but don't do it indoors.
Can you even buy that anymore?
Xylene ain't shit.
I had a fun day today. I had a early morning appointment at the podiatrist, and on my way out the door, I stubbed my little toe, and I got down there. They wound up removing the toenail,
Oh my.
and yeah,
You stubbed your foot on the way to a podiatrist appointment.
yeah, stubbed my toe, my little toe. I hit the door jamb going out the door.
Big John,
Yeah.
brother, I do stupid stuff like that. You're not supposed to do stupid stuff like that.
Well, I'm just one big accident happening everywhere.
Well, they didn't cut it off, so you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will that grow back, John? Did your nail grow back?
No, it was permanently taken off.
Ooh.
Well, think of the money you're going to save on them nail polish now.
Oh yeah, but still got 9 other ones I have to deal with.
Well, he said it wouldn't grow back.
No,
he said it won't.
he said the reason he took it off was because, since my accident, that messed up all the joints in my, and nothing's lined up like it was before I had the accident. And so that if I get any growth on that toenail on that pinky toe, which is the one that they took off, it grows in, impacts the toe next to it, and he's afraid that it'd get started. What do they call it? It'd try to grow into it, and he'd have to remove that toe. So he says we're better off just to remove it. So that's what we did.
Your toe?
No, the toenail.
Oh, okay. Gotta have a toe for balance.
The
You
little
got
toe
that
you
right.
could do without.
What was that, Steve?
I said the little toe you could probably do without, but the big toe you couldn't.
No, you gotta have that big toe. Though, you
I
know,
got him.
Carl Shoup had an accident in the machine shop and he lost his thumb here.
They put his toe on there.
Yeah, and the right hand, they put the toe for the left hand, the left toe on the right hand.
Hmm.
And he had no toe on that foot. He was still able to fly.
Hey, there's our other 51st state member.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go with this crap again.
We decided we're gonna do that till you fly that twister.
The rumors changed, you know. You guys are going to come in the 11th province.
Oh, I like that one.
Shucks, I don't know whether your tax bills are higher than ours, so we'll have to take a look at it, see which way to go.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And let him disappear. I guess he
Yeah.
got mad. Or
you
guys
pissed them
did-
off.
You guys didn't pay the internet bill up there in Canada.
Probably not.
They put a tariff on it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I ain't worried about the tariffs. I've got a friend that is in orders a bunch of stuff daily, just about from China.
Hmm.
And I asked him how much are our rod blanks going to go up because I like these bamboo blanks. And he said, well, the rods are about $85 a blank. And he said, look for it to go to about 86. If that's all it goes up, I ain't worried about it.
Well, he's only talking about a 10% in China.
Well, they were saying it's only going to go up about $1. So
Well,
Yeah.
with me today, I went to get gas and it was $2.99, where last week it was $2.40 or whatever. So it's went up 50 cents. But if I had waited an hour, it went back down to $2.80
Hmm.
daggone.
because
It's two-
Mexico
it's
and
two-
Canada capitulated.
262 here. I just bought a tank.
308 here, or 309.
Yeah, it's different all over the country. You go to Pennsylvania in the high country and it's down near $5 a gallon. And you go to, wish Brandon to come in, we could ask him. And then you go to San Diego, California, and it's just ridiculous high all the time. So,
$12 a gallon.
Yeah. Well, it's
When I was
309
out-
here, but the week after, or right after Trump's election, it was 289.
mhm.
The most they paid for gas going to the Nats was $5.25 a gallon.
Hmm.
Wow.
This year?
Wow.
No, 9/11.
Oh, okay. I remember
2011, gas was
$5 and something a
ridiculous.
gallon. When you know you're screwed is when you get to Brodak and the gas is $5.11 a gallon. And you
Hmm.
realize you've driven a truck that gets 18 miles to the gallon. Yeah, that's screwed. This year I took a little Ford C-Max that gets 40.7. And I just saw the gas pump and smiled because I didn't have to fill up all week. I waited till the day we started home and filled it up and came home.
Yeah. Well, I'm working on my little Toyota camper,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try to make one last grand hurrah. Go to Brodex, go to the Nats. I've only been to the Nats once. Go to the Brodex and the Nats, and go to maybe Tucson, and probably the Golden State and Northwest Regionals. And then that'll probably be about the last time I'll be able to do that kind of stuff.
Better get to building. Don't you have to put all them airplanes back together?
I figured I'd take one part from one and another part from the other, you know. And
Can you
Heinz
have a bench in
57.
that camper?
pardon?
Can you set up a bench in that camper so you can build on the move?
Nah. I'll just what I'll do is I'll throw all the balsa in there, throw some glue in there, and drive down the bumpy road.
So they can shake it up. Steve, you don't
What
understand
comes
how
out of it.
small his motorhome is.
Okay.
It's pretty small. You've
it's,
seen the little Toyota Sun Raiders. They brought them out in the late 70s, and
Same one you had the year you were at Brodax?
yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
That is a tiny little truck, but they are so nice. I'd love to have one, but I can't find one here.
They're hard to find.
I found a couple of them that were based on 510s or S10s, but both of them were just, one of them, the truck was rusty as heck, and the other one, the camper inside, looked like a very large rat lived in there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And I mean the two-legged kind.
yeah.
He
Well,
was
the
a
nice
mess.
thing with the little Toyota ones is you got that little Toyota 4-cylinder in there now. Depending on the year, it's either the R2000 or R2200. And those little engines they're just about bomb proof. And
Has yours got the 2200?
mine's got a R200 or R2.
Yeah. My brother had a pickup truck, younger brother had a pickup truck with a 2200. That thing was bomb proof. He drove that thing 230,000 miles, no oil, didn't use any oil, didn't.
Yeah,
He used to
He
bring it
drove
over to
with
my
no
house.
oil for 230,000 miles?
No, he didn't
real
use
loose
any oil.
fits.
When we dumped the oil, we put 5 quarts, we changed oil, we put 5 quarts in it. And if you drained the oil in the filter, you got 5 quarts in the catch tray. It just didn't use, that little Toyota just didn't use any oil. That was a great little truck.
I bet
My
you
little brother
change the
was
oil. Bet
Do
you
what?
change the oil frequently.
over 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3,000-4,000 miles, depending on how hard you're driving it, you know.
Gotta remember back in the 70s, we didn't have synthetic oil. Everybody
I
changed
use
their oil at
synthetic
2,000
oil.
or 2,500 if they
I
wanted
don't-
their car to last.
I don't use synthetic oil. Oil comes from the ground, not from a candle.
Well,
How you doing,
I've
Eddie?
used both.
Doing good.
Good
Sorry,
to
I
see you,
just
Eddie.
wanted to say hi.
Well, I got some good news Friday.
What's that?
Went
You're
into
not
work.
pregnant.
No, yeah, it looks like it though.
You won the lottery, right?
But no, went into work and about 9 o'clock they called me in the office and they laid everybody off.
Oh, no.
So
Oh, no.
I'm out of a job right now.
Well, you work for the
Oh,
government.
brother.
I work with specialty water. I still got the shirt on, but specialty water, we make kidney dialysis systems. And our biggest customer is Fresenius, which is about 90% of our business. And there's something in a contract or some legal mumbo jumbo that's in the wording that they're wanting taken out, but it has to be there through the FDA because we fall under the food and drug because we make medicals equipment. So they've canceled all their orders for the next 6 months until it gets straightened out.
Oh, man.
Oh,
So
no.
until they, and of course, like I say, we're caught up. I was caught up for what I had to build through the 1st of March. So everything that we have built, staged, ready to go out has been put on hold. So we don't have anything to build. So they laid everybody off until they can get all this legal mumbo jumbo
That's right,
straightened out.
Eddie. You got a paid vacation and some building time.
Well, no, I only got 2 weeks severance. And
Oh,
You're kidding.
yeah, it's 2 weeks severance, and they said it'd be anywhere. It could be 3 months. It could be 6 months. We don't know. But they said-
Unemployment.
Oh well, yeah, but unemployment's only $275 a week.
Yeah, well, it's better than nothing.
My phone bill's $400, so that ain't gonna cut it.
Throw the phone out.
Yeah, well, I wish I could. But anyway, I've been laid off before, so it's no big deal.
Well, I'll tell you what,
You got
if it's anything like it is
fallback you
here,
can do, any kind of work you can do that bring any income at all in?
Yeah, but it's not legal.
no.
Well, let's stop talking about it now.
Yeah, that little still out in the out back there.
oh, he makes some good stuff too.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But
It's
anyway,
medicinal, let me tell you.
yeah.
That's medicinal, all right. I missed my medicinal after a pint of that stuff.
Clear of a sore throat anyway.
Yeah. I tell you what, if it's anything like it is here, apply to the airport for baggage handlers and, anything like that, because they're hiring older people And you'd think, well, I'm too old to think about that. But look into jobs like that because they're hiring older people because we have work ethic and the kids do not.
Yeah.
That's what they told me. I got an email and I just out of curiosity, I said, hell, I got nothing to do today. I'll go over and go to the interview. So I went to the interview. They offered me the job at $38 an hour. I said, man, I'm too old to sling baggage. He said, I don't want you to touch the baggage. I want you to hold a clipboard and a pen, and I want you to take notes on the people who do handle the baggage at $38 an hour to start.
Wow.
Let me tell you a little secret. I know I'm from the South and we're the poorest paid in the country, but I never made $38 an hour regularly in my life.
I'll tell you, if you don't want the job, you got a spare room, I'll rent it from you.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, I'm still thinking. I've got to give them an answer next week, but I'm still thinking. I don't want to go back to work, but it sure is tempting offer. I've been looking at a new pickup truck and the price tag is ridiculous.
Oh,
Ain't that the truth?
me and my oldest went to the boat and fishing expo in Lebanon, Tennessee, and I saw a $100,000 skeeter with a sold sign on it.
Yeah, well, that's not even the real expensive one.
Yeah, they go.
The new Ranger,
Expensive ones over there. The Rangers, Rangers are 100,000 easy, but they
118, 118 decked out to fully loaded.
they had
And that they'll tell you, oh, we're giving you this off and this off special package, and this should be 140,000. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I wonder how these people sleep at night. They obviously have no conscience.
$100,000 boat, 50,000 of it's the motor.
Well, I tell you what's bad. You can find I found a boat with a blown up motor, a beautiful boat, didn't have a scratch in it, $4,500. Brought that thing home, took it up to took it up to almost to Virginia line, Reedsville, my buddy's place. He rebuilt the motor, cost almost $1,000. Sold the boat for $6,500. Just it didn't take it. I shouldn't have sold it, but I didn't need it.
Yeah.
I've got a Ranger sitting in the backyard, so I didn't need it. But this thing was so pretty, and it was a way to make some quick money. I said
Every 50 years you move the decimal point.
I mean that.
Yeah.
Well, in 1962, it was 64, excuse me. We got a 64 and a half Mustang. It had a 6-cylinder in it. It was $1,500 brand new.
Yeah.
So
now the same car will bring 30,000.
30? Shit, it was 150.
Yeah.
No, it won't bring that kind of money, but
yeah.
I got a buddy. Well, if you can, you're doing better than we are. I've got a friend who just sold a 69 Shelby GT350, one of one. It was a rental car, and he was second owner, and actually first owner. But he just sold it and I think he got 60. I don't know. It sold for a whole lot more than it sold for new.
Let me answer this question here. Hold on a second, Phil. What's the code?
I'm holding.
The code is on Stunt Hangar. You have to be a member of Stunt Hangar. It's an at the bench. Go in there and click that. Click the link and enter the code, and you can come in.
Put your helmet on.
That's done like that is helmet hit.
Put your helmet
on.
Is that helmet head asking a question?
I don't know. Got a stupid name, so it might be.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Next trick, you got to stand up and turn around.
Yeah. Take your pants off.
I wasn't gonna give him the rest of the directions.
That's the after show.
Oh Lord. Easy, guys. Easy. Come on. Might be kids watching.
John Miller's here. He owes him money.
I gotta let the dog out.
That crew donated more than this crew. They donated $40 for that show.
Yeah.
Well, let's tell what their value is, you know.
Every one of them said John Miller owed him money too.
Yeah,
All over the comments, John Miller, you owe me money.
wow, that's cool. I
They
wonder
owe
what I
John
owe
money.
it for.
They owe John money. They got Pathfinders. Cha-ching.
Ka-ching. I got
Mm.
thinking I better get into the shop and start building on something, or the building season is going to be over.
Yeah.
I have funny feeling winter has not left us yet.
That's what
It was
the grandmother
66
said.
degrees here today, which is warm. This is early for us.
Well, let me
It
put
was
it to you this
70
way.
here.
Let me put it to you this way. I'm red-faced and been out fishing all day. It was warm here today too, but winter is not through with us yet.
Hmm.
About April,
Yeah.
and it may not even
Mid-March.
be done then.
Usually mid-March around here. We legendarily get our hardest snow the second week of April.
Do you?
Yeah, and people used to ask me, how do you know that? Because I work traffic signals and I had to push snow for 30 years.
Yeah. We were supposed to get rain yesterday and today, and it clouded over and it looked like it was going to rain, and the fog was there and everything, and 66 degrees. Nothing. We are hurting for water. We are really dry.
You guys were hurting for
I
goals
guess
last
we
night
run
too.
Len off. You get mad, Len? Yeah.
Hey, I don't think there's any Californians on here yet. Were the California fires out yet? Somebody asked me that today, and I don't know.
They're under control.
They turn the
But
water
they're not
back.
out yet. But they're not out yet. Shucks.
Mayor of Los Angeles said they're going to rebuild the Palisades in an eco-friendly and sustainable manner.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
brother.
With low income.
Yeah.
Karen
They'll
Bass.
have they'll have 7-story buildings like the ones in Ukraine, to put all the homeless people in.
Well, homeless have their own magazine. It's called Better Crates and Cartons.
That's good, Sparky. That's good.
Oh, Lord. Oh, you guys are too many tonight. Good gracious. Hmm. Well, is anybody doing any building?
I've been thinking about it, Phil.
Slowly.
I'm
I
doing.
have in my mind.
I'm
Well,
still
Got a
working
twister
on
that
it.
covered.
I'm still working
Yeah.
on one that is a bunch of old parts from different planes.
well, I heard a rumor. I was watching the news tonight, and I heard a rumor it's supposed to be 68 degrees to Wednesday, but it's supposed to be 70 tomorrow.
It was 70 up here in St. Louis today.
Was it?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you one thing. If it hits 70 degrees here tomorrow, my butt will be, and the guys want to go flying. I said, if it hits 70 degrees, I'll be in the driveway painting.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
70 here today, but it was 20-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
That's the way it usually is here. If it's warm,
Watch
it's
the
windy.
humidity, Phil.
Yeah. Hey, Phil,
Oh, yeah.
whatever happened to that shed you put in the backyard there? You
It's so
convert it?
it's there.
You got to build
It's
another
there.
shed to put all the shit in, right?
That's about it. Everything got moved out there, so we cleaned out the basement and the room upstairs, and hell, ain't no room for me anymore. I don't even know how I'm gonna get the lawnmower out. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. The lawnmower, the 4-wheeler, I can't get either one of them out.
Get you a goat.
I'll get
that'll
it.
take care of
I'll
the
get it.
grass.
It's just when the weather opens up where I can get out there. A lot of it is the Christmas decorations, the stuff that go in the yard, go in the old building. Well, the old building's in pretty bad shape right now anyway. But the yard was so soft out there with all the rain and snow and everything else we got there for a week. It was every other day it rained or snowed or did something. The backyard was just soup. I couldn't get it out there, and Vicky wanted it off the front porch, so I put it in the building. As soon as everything dries out and stays dried out for a few days, and it's not the first day it's 70 degrees in paintable weather, I'm gonna take it and put it in the old building, and then I'll have it fixed. But right now the building is pretty full. Because we have a lot of Christmas decorations well, we buy each other one every year. And this year will be 50 years. March
Christmas
1st
tree?
is, huh?
You buy a Christmas tree every 50, once a year?
Not a Christmas tree, a Christmas decoration, usually
Oh,
an ornament. We buy each other an ornament every year.
so that's
Then
100 ornaments in 50 years.
March 1st will be 50 years. So our tree is, that's the reason we have 3 trees and
March 1st
they're
will be
kind of full.
53 years over here.
Bill, are
Yeah,
you,
congratulations.
after 50 years, you're still talking to each other?
Yeah,
Yeah.
believe it or not. She says she's going to hit me before we hit 50. So if I come out with a black eye one day, you know what happened.
Just remember when she says this, shut up and sit down, do it.
That's it. Just, yes, ma'am. Because she means business. That woman does not play. Oh, Lord, I'm telling you. Sparky, that girl, Lee at the Worlds, she is the chief physician at her hospital.
Yeah, I knew she was a physician.
I didn't know she was a chief physician. She's the in charge at that hospital. And a good gracious
End up
alive.
sick and in China, you'll be in good shape.
Do what?
You ever find yourself sick when you're in China, you'll be in good shape.
I will never find myself in China if I have my way about it. I have no interest whatsoever visiting that place.
I heard we're going to give them the South first when they take us over.
Well, they may come to the South first, but they won't be given nothing. You know how many people down here have guns? Everybody.
Man tried that a while back.
Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah.
And we got out and was doing some target shooting, set up some targets and was doing some target shooting. And there's 2 old women from the neighborhood. I figured these women would be coming out to fuss at the rest of us for making all that noise. Pistol packing mamas, both of them, and they can both shoot.
Well, we
My
got a
wife's
little thing here in Missouri called the Missouri Boat Ride.
Missouri boat ride.
Yeah. You never seen the outlaw Josie Wales?
Oh yeah,
I'm not-
okay.
I live in Missouri and I don't know what you're talking about.
You know
Well, I
where
was born in.
you
I
know
was
where they
born there.
pull the boat across the river? Go watch it. Watch the outlaw Josie Wales. And he
Okay.
stood on the side of the bank and he took his rifle, Schofield, and shot the rope and sent the boat down the Missouri River.
Yeah.
Down through the rapids.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I was headed to see my brother in Arkansas. And I got into Arkansas and looked up and I saw on the side of the building, I saw a word. I had to shake my head and clear my eyes, make sure I was seeing right. Toad suck.
Toad suck.
Toad suck. I had to look it up because I said, I can't believe they put something like that on a building on the side of the highway. What the world? I looked it up. It's an Indian word. It means a river crossing.
Really?
Shallow point in the river where we went and saw it. It's a shallow point in the river with shale rock where they could take the wagons and all across there. But it's this building. It's 100 yards long, at least. It's like a fulfillment center. You've all seen those, I'm sure. And all down the side of the building in great big letters, 10 feet tall, toad suck. They're proud of it. Anyway.
People from Arkansas are a little backwards.
We've got a buck snort.
Yeah, you sure do. Tennessee sure does. I tell you what, I was raised to believe that God made Arkansas so West Virginians had something to laugh at. And then my brother moved there.
We know
Arkansas
was the only state that was mentioned in the Bible.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Noah looked out to Arkansas.
Oh, I can't believe I bid on that one.
You get the hat.
You got one coming, Eddie. I don't get mad. I get even with interest. Oh, that was bad. I stuck my foot right in that one. Oh, Lord of goodness. But anyway.
How about some model airplane stuff?
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
good to me.
we could do that.
I ordered a bunch of stuff from uh Innovative Designs. Called up there, talk to Lucian, and man, you talk to him about motors and ICs and all that stuff, trying to figure out what to do. And he can flat figure this stuff out. I'm sure he was sitting at his computer, but he can figure this stuff out so fast. I cannot figure out what KV I want on an airplane. But this airplane is probably going to weigh 70 ounces. So I said, it's going to be 6 cells. I mean, it's going to be 6 cells. So he told me which motor I needed. And I thought, well, I hate to cost you a sale, but I've already got one of those. I'll just put that one on it. But I did order a spinner and 2 propellers and a ESC. But I'm going to use that. The timer is going to be that climb and dive timer.
Oh.
They got some new programming coming for that climb and dive that's going to be interesting. You guys keep your ears open because I was told it wasn't general knowledge yet, but
Say it's gonna
There's
weigh
some new-
70?
yeah, it's going to weigh right at. Lord have mercy. That'll pull it. I don't know if the batteries will handle
Gotta
that
run
though.
3-phase to that thing?
Yeah, that's AC. That's an AC motor. Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to figure out if that 23 millimeter motor, that little one, is
Mhm.
about equivalent to a 15 or 20,
About a 15.
about a 15.
That's what we looked at. We tried looking it up, and Buddy is putting. That's what he's talking about putting in one of his if he goes electric, and it's a big if. But I told him I have a 15 somewhere around this house. I bought a 15. It's a Brodak 15. But if you build the airplane before I get mine built, I'll give you the motor. So I'm gonna give some of this stuff to the guys because I'm getting out of the IC because it's just I went to order glow plugs and I couldn't believe what it cost. I went to order propellers. I couldn't believe what it cost. I went to order fuel and oh my goodness.
Don't you got
$25 a
any
gallon?
Tigers you want to sell?
Not yet. I probably will. I've got one I may sell.
Well,
What
keep
are you
me
looking
Uh,
for, Steve?
Do what?
What are you looking for, Steve?
Aero Tiger.
Oh. Yeah, he'll sell you the one I sold him.
I'm
Well,
supposed to have 2 of them. I
I've
don't know
got
where they
that.
are, but I'll find them.
I've got that little Ellie on the bench. It's been on the bench sitting there for 2 years. Just started it, and I was thinking about that. I was planning on. I was always planning from the beginning to make it electric. Even bought one of those kits from Brodak, you know, that Denny set up. And
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. You know, I thought a 28 millimeter. Just heck, you can put those on a 40 size airplane.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking that 23, if there's one of them that's about equivalent to a 20, I think that'd be perfect for that little LA.
Mm-hmm.
And
Here
I
comes
think
some
that's what
airplane stuff.
pardon?
I said, here comes some airplane stuff just in time.
I don't
Oh,
really
The
know.
update.
I don't really know which one it would be, but if you'll get in touch with Mr. Adamison, he can tell you off the top of his head which motor to use.
Yeah.
I haven't
Mark
seen him
Cooper.
lately. I tried to call him and I hadn't got him to answer the phone yet. But I'm gonna call. I'm gonna keep trying till I get him. I'm stubborn if nothing else.
Been waiting on you, Mark. We got any updates?
Well, I'm not working on the Bearcat right now. I've been trying to repair my T-Bird, get that ready for VSC. I do have some planned stuff I was doing, if you want to see that.
Yeah, go ahead.
See what you got.
It's something I did some weeks back. You all familiar with
And
the
the
fancy,
magazine?
Fancy
Remember the-
pants. Yeah.
remember the fancy pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was always one of my favorite airplanes, and I'm thinking someday I want to build one when I have time, but keep getting distracted by Bearcats. But anyway, so I found a kit last year on eBay, and it was really nice.
$5.95?
What's that?
Was it $5.95?
No.
Well, that's a ripoff.
All right, I got a question here. It's a 41-inch wingspan, and it says it takes up to a 45.
Yeah,
what it
that's
says.
impossible. That's impossible.
That's-
That's
That thing
That's
would
one of
have
the
to be
best-
like a log.
that thing. Mark Garman came to East Coast Golden Oldies with one of those, and I was flying an Oriental, and I lost the Oriental in a gust of wind that just absolutely took it away from me. And everybody there said, "What nothing you could do about that." I was going this way, and all of a sudden it went another way, and it just planted it in the ground, tore it all to pieces. Mark come up and wanted me to fly this thing. Mike Garman wanted me to fly this thing one time. Had a Fox 35 on it, and look at the wheel pants. Those wheel pants are nothing but straight sheet wood that comes down the leg, and it's there, but it doesn't cover the wheel at all. But what it does is act like a rudder down there. I flew that little plane, and it flew better in the wind than anything I had ever flown. I came home and built one with an Enya 35 in it, and my daughter talked me out of it, and her boyfriend crashed it for her. But I'm going to build another one. That is a wonderful little airplane in the wind. It's amazing. You'll love it, Mark.
So
Okay.
anyway, I drew the plans up for CAD, but it didn't have a sheet of instructions in the kit.
Oh, heck.
So I found another kit on eBay for like $10. It was really incomplete. The guy just thought it was fancy pants, but it had a bunch of different pieces in it. And I asked him if it had plans with it, and he said, yes, it did. So I went and bought it. And here's what I got. Here's the kit instructions.
Well, darn. How about that?
So, but I've got a Photoshop program. And after a few hours of Photoshop, actually more than a few, but after some Photoshop work, here's what you get. So
Oh, that come out nice.
better than new, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're still a wild man, but you do good work.
Well, it's
Yeah, look at
mostly Photoshop and just, it's kind of tedious, but you just go through that,
yeah.
fix it
Look
as
at
you
the
go.
look at the nose of that thing, the way the sides go on. You built the fuselage box and the
Yeah,
motor mounts, and then you put those on. That's really
These
the
are-
way it works.
these are extra.
Yeah, it's
It's
very
supposed to put
strange
this
build.
little square piece in here to help reinforce the joint.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But I'm telling you what, you'll love the way it flies. You talk about something with some authority in the wind, that little puppy's got it. And it's got no flaps. It
Yeah,
goes
just
like on
noticing
get up.
that. Yeah.
I think if I go ahead and build one, I'll buy a Brodak kit.
Probably a
I'm
good
telling you,
idea.
It's a cool little
It's got a
airplane.
few differences than this original, but it's, I think, designed a little bit better for the structure and everything.
Yeah.
And you get a good set of building instructions.
Now that's cool.
There's-
I had not seen that.
There's the decal that comes in the kit. If you want to,
Hang on a minute. Let me get a picture of that. If I can get it to come up. Because I've never seen that. That's pretty sharp. I like
That
that.
kind of reminds me of
Message.
the old Android style.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is both. There's one of these in each of the two kits that I bought, so it's part of the original package.
So if that's
I'm-
yellow, are you gonna remake it on new decal paper?
I don't think I'm going to use the decal, but I'll see. This image doesn't particularly excite me as far as this airplane goes, but it's kind of a cool picture.
Yeah. Well, you can see his pants. Boy, those are high-waisted fancy pants, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here's the
That's much
CAD
better.
plan that I drew.
That's much nicer than what I showed.
And I just got this done. Actually, I had it done
That's nice, Mark.
several
Very
months
nice.
ago. And I
Is
sent
that-
the whole package to Outer Zone. So Phil, you
Is
can get
that
that
what-
image off Outer Zone as well as these plans.
Okay.
If
That's
anybody
cool.
else wants it, they're on outer zone.
I'm gonna build another one of these days. That thing was just so much fun to fly.
The
Is
Diamond
mean,
Air.
we used
that, is that, airfoil as sharp and pointed as that? For sure?
It's not as
Yeah,
sharp
this
as
is
it
the,
looks.
I mean, I copied the kit as closely as I could. This is a carved piece that you get in the airfoil.
That
Wow.
might be part of why it flies so well in the wind, that sharp entry.
Might be.
Bob Hunt says that planes with wheel pants fly better in the wind too. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You add the two together, you get, something that's greater than the sum.
yeah. So
I think a lot of that airplanes, whatever, is you can build it in a week without any trouble. So you're not really scared that you're going to tear it up when you go out there.
Yeah.
It's only a Fox 35. But
and Chris Brainerd had one. It flew really well. Chris is a good
Yeah.
pilot anyway, but
yeah,
he
I
really
know
liked
OS
his.
An OS 25 FP would be perfect for that airplane.
it would.
Yeah.
It would. Anywhere you got a Fox 35, OS 25, FP or LA will replace it and you won't miss the difference.
Anyway,
The
all
big
this stuff
difference-
is on Otter Zone now. I
Yeah.
posted it a
That's
couple days
neat.
ago. So if
The
you
big-
want any copies of this or want to make plans or get that
That's sharp.
decal,
Thank
just
you,
go to
Mark. You did
AutoZone,
well.
copy it. So,
You did well.
and here's a paint
Oh,
scheme
that's
I was
pretty
playing
too.
around with. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Pretty.
I don't know what color I'll really paint it, but I like the green for some reason. I'm not
I
sure
really
why.
like green too.
Have you seen an SV11 that's green?
I've got
Yeah.
I've got a
one.
blue one. I've got
I've
a
got
blue
one.
one, and several of the guys locally have red ones. I have a blue one, and I got a green one, but I did not want to put it together. I just didn't like the way it looked. But Kermit Payne just built his and put it together, brought it out Saturday and showed it to us. That green really looks good.
Yeah, I've got a green one
He-
too. And the first one I had was blue, and then I got a green one. I wasn't too sure I was going to like it, but it looks fine. So
Yeah, it turns out it looks good.
anyway,
He
this
dolled
is
his up quite a bit. It really looks good.
yeah, this image is not on AutoZone, but I'm giving you an example of what you can do with the CAD program
Yeah.
once you
Yeah.
want to play around with the artwork. So
That's sharp.
anyway, that's what I've been doing a few
What's
weeks
the
ago,
base
and
color? Is it gonna be cream and green or what?
I think I'll leave it white, but I don't know. I'm still quite a ways from being ready to try to build one of these, but
It'll only take 10 minutes.
it'd take you 10 minutes, Sparky. It'd take me 10
It don't
weeks.
take long. It don't take long, Mark. You just put it on, put those wing ribs, they're all identical.
Some
and
of
you
you
put
might
'em on.
remember that I played around with colorizing some black and white pictures last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I put this in the colorizer to see what would happen. And this came out as blue, a dark blue. So maybe that's what it is. I don't, it's probably lost to history is what the color was that this sample kit was painted as. But dark blue would be another possibility.
I
Does it
was
not say
thinking
on
that
the
was
plans?
Look at that, tested on our 5-acre flying field. Those long lines, I guess.
that thing was made by Consolidated, but
Yeah, in New Jersey.
oh, okay, yeah.
Probably, I think it came out about 1960. It's not old time legal.
What
No.
other features could you appreciate on that?
There's many of them.
Yeah, it says that, but I don't
Yeah,
know what
many
features
other
could it
features.
be.
I think, like we were talking, I think simplicity is one of its features. As far as a good stunt ship, it's not that difficult to build, I don't think.
Well, it has a machine leading and trailing edge. That wing could be built, in an hour.
Yeah.
You could fly it on a 5-acre flying circle.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
500-foot lines.
Something like that.
Monoline.
It would look like one of those big agricultural segmented irrigation things that moves in a circle.
Well, yeah. I've been
Did you
flying
see
on a side farm and
They're
Anyway.
now trying to get those darn drones licensed as agricultural whatever, for spraying crops.
Well, that's,
Well,
yeah,
would
we've
you
been
look
doing
who
that for
came in?
years.
Jim Hoffman has
Hey,
appeared.
Jim.
How are you, Jim?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Long time no see, Bubba.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I hope we didn't piss Leonard off.
I think he's a lot thicker skinned than that, wouldn't you say?
I thought so too.
I bet you something just happened.
Well, I don't know, but we lost our other Canadian too, didn't we?
No, you didn't. Stewart's
Yeah.
right there.
Stewart's
And-
still here.
and-
Okay.
And Len missed Stewart's comeback joke. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think Len got mad.
Hey, Steve.
I hope we didn't offend him. I don't know.
The old or the rules for have they changed in the last 2 years? I got printed this off a while back because it was 2022, 2023.
Oh, yeah. There's been a couple of changes,
Okay.
including the 4-leaf clover.
Okay. I'm gonna have
Five
to
leaf now, isn't it?
Clover, yeah.
Yeah, get the new one off the AMA website.
Yeah, I'll do that. And then I'm gonna start, well, I'll read through it at some point in time over the next month, I hope.
Yeah,
Andy Pittsford's looking for an arrow tiger.
The major changes to the control line stunt rules have been the
Stunt
4-leaf
Hangar.
clover and the pull test rule in the last few years.
And the line materials. There are no
Right.
requirements for material or thickness or anything,
Right.
as long as it passes the 10G full test.
Best.
Correct.
Pretty slick.
And I'm on the control line contest board. Another subtle thing though is that that 10G requirement is there, but elsewhere in the general rules, there's a safety paragraph somewhere. And at a contest, if some guy presents an airplane and the lines are so boogered up and the lead outs are so boogered up as to be unsafe, the event director can declare it so and not let him fly until he fixes it. And
Correct.
the new requirement doesn't obsolete the safety paragraph.
No, you are absolutely correct.
And the lines are so
When have you ever
What?
seen it done? I've only seen the micrometer come out one time back when the line specs were going on. One time.
Oh, I've done it. We don't worry about micrometers, but you'll look at kinks and just unbelievably bad workmanship. And I've told more than one person you can't fly it until you fix that.
Neatest one I've seen, the guy had just bought a line wrapper and did a beautiful job of taking it around the eyelet twice and bringing it back and sewing it down and then capping it off. But he forgot to fold it and bring it back the other way.
That'll pull
I said,
right out.
that'll pull right out.
Yeah.
He
Ask
wouldn't
me how I
believe it.
know.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I forgot to fold it back one time on a yeah, and luckily it failed during a pull test.
Yeah. I ran the pull test one year at the Nats for old time. And I busted a guy's set of lines and he was all mad because I'd pulled too hard. I said, "You're doing the pulling. I'm just standing here."
Mm-hmm.
And there was another guy looking on to make sure I didn't miss something, when it pulled up to where it had to pull, whatever it had to pull. And the lines broke. And he went over and he fixed it and he came back and he went to pull again and the other line broke. And we got to looking and even when he repaired it, he didn't fold it back.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, if we're getting ready to take a break here in a few minutes, if you'll give me a minute, I'll get my wrapper out of the car and I'll rewrap these for you. And I'll show you how to do it. So I did one end and he saw how to do it and he ran out to the other end, did the other end. And when we came back from the break, he had a set of lines that passed pull test and he went and flew. But man, that was a job.
Yeah,
And I had Jim Lee who made the wrapping tools, and all looking on. So I felt like, boy, that's the most pressure I've had in a long time.
yeah. Now,
Got
Jim
Jim
Lee
Lee watching me
actually,
make. Go
yeah,
ahead.
Jim actually fixed my screwed up lead out
Yeah, he was
for that.
looking on as I fixed this guy's lead outs. I fixed the one end, and then I said, he's over working on the other end. I said, man, wait a minute, let me get these finished and put them together so we can make sure they're the same length.
Yeah,
I don't know how, but we checked them. We got through with 2 screwdrivers, and they were exactly right. But how, I couldn't tell you.
Luck, pure dumb luck.
That's it. But I don't know that I would have wanted to fly a set of lines that had been unwrapped and rewrapped, because now what was around that eyelet twice is down in that wrapping. And I mean, I really had to pull it tight to get that thing to level out and then fold it back over, but it worked. It got him through the gnats anyway. He was flying up. Seemed like it was a Super Tiger 46 in something, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway.
Well, I saw a tool this weekend that I wish I'd have seen 40 years ago.
Mm.
I'm sure we've all had a set of cables that get a little bunch of curly cues in them.
Never happened.
And a lot of them, I tend to just throw them away. This guy had a tool that will fix those. And so I brought a piece of scrap out and boogered it up. And sure as heck, in about 2 minutes, he took this tool and you slide it back and forth along the wire and it fixed it. And it's commercially available. It's fishing equipment. Yeah. It's called line cable straightener.
You got it there, Jim?
Show
it to us.
And it's made by Dubrow.
Can you show it to us?
No, because I ordered it this morning.
Hang on a minute. I'll go get one.
Is that the one with the 2 little spiral pieces?
No, I'll
next
show
to
you in a
each-
minute. Cylinders. They're not spirals, but they're cylinders.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would work.
I've got one downstairs, and I saw Howard Rush using it on this program one night. And so I bought one too.
Will it take kinks out or just swirlicues?
Just curlicues, kinks they're gone.
Right after I bought it, I started using Spectra, so I haven't had much cause to really try it out.
No.
But
go ahead.
Yeah, it's a $20 item. I bought one on. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Dubrow Fishing.
Yep.
I think I got mine off Amazon.
Well, let me find it here.
Yep, there's a large and a small. I ordered the small.
I'd love to watch this video on how it works, but we'd probably get in trouble.
Yeah.
You just run it back and forth, and
a couple of years ago, I saw Howard Rush on this program. He was using one in his workshop, going back and forth, and that looks kind of interesting. So I looked it up and I found one and bought it.
Line straightener.
Yeah.
It said wire straightener is what it said.
Wire. Maybe put the word
Picture there
fishing
was
in
a
your search.
solid piece of solid wire. They had it laying on.
I was using it on braided, 7-strand
here.
braided cable.
20, yeah, it's here. It's 2061 or 28.99. You got a small and a medium.
Yep.
It says straighten your single strand wire and some 7-strand in seconds. Reduce the amount of liters you need to straighten your own. Fix all bends except a 90-degree. So it will straighten a kink, but not 90-degree.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is make up some test samples, 2 feet long, and booger up some of them and then fix them, and also keep a couple virgin and then pull them all to destruction and see what I get.
Yeah, that'd be
Be
interesting.
interested to see what you get out of that.
Yeah, just because it straightens them out doesn't mean there's not still have some latent defect in there.
Yeah. I got mine off of Amazon, so it's on Amazon.
That's
Yeah,
where I bought it.
Phil's digging his out. By the time he gets back, we'll know everything there is to know about him.
The video it's a
That's
1
the
minute video.
medium.
It doesn't show you much, but it does show you how
That's
to
the
do it.
medium.
And so
Yeah,
it,
there you go.
your wire goes
You just-
between those three.
You just lay the
Snap
wire
like-
down in.
Yeah.
You
where
close
is
it.
You lay the wire down in here, and then you just close this over.
And
then
then
you
you
run
just
it back and forth.
That's all there is
Under-
to it.
Under tension.
Phil, did you
Oh
run?
yeah, under a lot of tension, but
Did you run?
it'll take it. I'm old.
You had to take
No, it was
steps.
downstairs. No, I kind of ran down and ran back. But anyway, it works great. I showed it to the guys at the field, and I ended up going back buying 3 more. I think Tommy got one. I think I'm not sure who got the other 2, but I think there was 3 of them that I bought besides mine. And the guys use them. We all use them. But
Yeah,
now
it's
most of us have gone to the Dacron line. You don't need it.
It's popular amongst the combat guys, I'm told.
I wouldn't doubt that a bit. They get their lines all squirrely.
Maybe that's why
Oh,
Howard
oh.
had one.
I thought they all
Yeah.
went to Spectre by now. I guess not.
No, there's holdouts and everything. I mean, there's still guys putting batteries on a motor to start their model. You know.
Yeah, the real guys.
Yeah.
Jim, did you say you used the small version of that?
I ordered the small. I hope that's the right one.
That's
It'll
what
be
I
here
got.
tomorrow.
That's what I
It's
ordered.
only about 1.25 inches long. They're not very big, but they work pretty good.
Yeah, I had the 2-minute demo at the field, and it fixed something pretty well. So
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do. But all this stuff is fishing equipment. What's our lead out line? Fishing leader. It's shark leader. That's all it is.
Yep.
So,
There we go. It's in my store if you want to buy it.
Sparky, you ought to build an airplane with fish glue just so you could say you did it.
Yeah.
oof. How much
Now
are they,
it's in the
Sparky?
store. All right.
I've had
Sparky,
mine
how
for
much of a
probably-
cut do you get from Amazon if we buy something on your store?
It's
Hundreds
not
of
much.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's not much. But it makes it easier for people to find the stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
How much are these things, Sparky? I've had this thing probably 25, 30 years.
There's one for the small one is $20 and the large one or medium one is $24.38.
I didn't pay anywhere near that.
I'll probably make 20 cents or 30 cents on it, whatever.
Yeah, $20.61.
Wow. I think there were $6 or $7 when I got this one.
So our carrier planes are susceptible to that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And making a new set of carrier lines is a ordeal. So if I can fix one set of lines, it's $20 well spent.
Is it because you have to get
That's-
3 of them the right length? Is that the challenge?
Yes. And the quote unquote right length, often you got to fly it to get to that. And so you're making lines and clips. I've got a set of clips 4 inches long and in increments of 1/16 of an inch, plus or minus an inch.
my goodness.
Oh, there goes the neighborhood.
No.
Jonathan Corrales is here.
Uh-oh. The Aussies have arrived. He's not an Aussie. He's
Oh yeah, don't
in New Zealand.
Yeah,
New
he's a
Zealand
Kiwi.
is
Yeah,
He's a
don't
Kiwi,
insult
not,
him.
not an Aussie.
I couldn't
Kiwi
think
land.
of the word. I
Kiwi
couldn't
land.
think of it.
That's the 52nd state.
Yeah.
No, that's
Australia's
Greenland.
53rd.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys swear then and say Australia?
That was Phil.
Well, I had a momentary brain fart. I mean,
Cranial
Never mind.
flatulation.
yeah, that's
There's
it.
Gordon Delaney. Tilt your
Yeah.
camera
Ah,
down,
heavens.
Gordon. We can't see anything but your shiny head.
Oh, we can barely see his eyes now.
Kind of looks like Kilroy was deer.
Tilt your camera down. There you go.
Hey, Gordy,
There he is.
Hi,
you
guys.
You
beard.
shaved. You
Hey.
shaved. What happened?
What's that?
His team
You
got
shaved.
knocked out
I
of the
thought you looked
playoffs.
good with a whiskers.
I got tired of it.
Look at the dog. Look at the dog. He's looking out the window.
Yeah, he is looking between the slats.
Everybody kept
He's-
calling me John.
Oh, oh Lord, John.
Couldn't
Hi,
take
John.
the compliments, could you?
Boy, it really hurt.
Y'all are terrible. Oh Lord.
If I didn't love the guy so much, I'd be offended, but
Yeah. There are a few people in our lives that are just hard to be offended by.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm one of them, aren't I? Not.
Steve.
Pretty much
Steve, don't
everybody
go there,
I'm
brother.
looking at here right now, I'd put him in that same category. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling
There's
you
quite
what.
a mob in there today.
Oh, there they are. All the different lengths.
Hello Kitty clips.
Look at
I
that.
think those are longer than Hello Kitty clips.
They go from about 3 to 4 inches long.
Wow. There's
Yeah.
that much difference in the line?
Yeah, because you got these mechanisms going on. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So you
You
need.
got 3 lines, one for the throttle and then 2 for the control.
Yep.
So you think they'll ever allow you to have an RC throttle on there?
It's already there.
Yeah.
I flew against it yesterday. Yeah,
Oh, that would make it a whole lot easier.
it is. It's a better way to go.
Yeah.
Why stop with just the throttle?
Well, no, the rules
Because he's a
pretty
real
clear about
modeler.
that.
Pretty
Yeah.
soon control line will be done. We'll have one wire and that'll be on a swivel out in the middle of the circle and you'll be flying it with a yeah.
No.
Transmitter sitting on
Put
the
Your
your
outside.
iPhone.
Someday they might have invisible wires too, John. They'll be crazy.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
Team racing wouldn't be the same.
What was that, John?
Team racing wouldn't be the same without steel wires cutting each other apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Is that a
carrier
thing?
guys don't allow the spectral lines. I was hoping to use them
Wow.
for that, but they don't
Wow.
allow it.
Jim, I'm a bit late on the scene. Those clips you were making, are they for throttle control and your up and down for carrier models or something? Are they or?
Yes, exactly, John.
Wow, they're pretty long.
They are.
Have you got a model here that you can show us? A carrier model?
Sure. Let me reconfigure here.
Go to the Navy carrier side now. That's the stunt hangar. Now he's got to go to the Navy carrier hangar.
Let's see. I got 2 of them here.
Was a super Momo. And the outboard aileron flips up and the flaps come down and a big hook comes down and the lines slide way back. And Lord have mercy.
Is the carrier the only ones that will allow the throttle?
Oh, scale.
Okay, well, yeah, scale, but you can't do it in stunt.
No.
So
not-
this is a 15 size carrier.
You got a line slider on it?
Nope. The 15 size has a rule: no movable parts except the hook and the throttle. So let me flip it upside down.
Oh, that makes it easier.
Yeah. So tend to fly it with the lead outs back there.
Wow. It's flying at a 45-degree angle to you, isn't it?
Well, you need some yaw because your forward velocity and centrifugal force
Yeah.
is nothing.
Very slow. Yeah.
But here's the 3-line system here.
Yeah.
And this one has a reversible bell crank. And so this is a AME 15 with a ceramic liner. So this is 15 size carrier.
That must
you
be
got the
down
radio
to Ted
throttle.
Fancher, era. 6 ounces of weight on the CG.
Yeah, yeah.
How big is that tank?
Oh,
many
I'd say 3 ounces.
Oh, okay. It looked bigger than that.
Yeah, it's about 3 ounces because you do 7, or this one, the little ones, you do 8 laps of high speed. But then low speed, you're hanging it on the prop. You're at about half throttle for 3 or 4 minutes. So they drink up a lot of gas.
What are the rules for those, Jim? Basically, have you got to do some speed?
Let's make it.
The rules are you fly 7 laps as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Then you fly 7 laps as slow as you can.
Yeah.
Then you got to land on a simulated aircraft carrier with a hook.
Yes. How many chances do you get?
One.
Well,
One
you
if
get
you miss.
you lose 5 points for every pass that you make.
Okay.
Oh,
So the landings, a good landing, an arrested landing is worth 100 points. So
It doesn't matter which line you grab,
nope.
as long as it stops before you fall off the end of the ship, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of like in real life.
Yeah. So here's the other one.
That'd be a whole lot of fun, wouldn't it? Be a little bit different. Are any aerobatics involved?
no.
No. So this is called a profile. So this is a 35 size profile airplane.
Yep.
So
That's for carrier?
yes.
That's
Jeez,
MO1, right?
That's an MO1. This is the nobler of carrier.
Mm.
This one's got 4 flights on it.
What engine is that?
This has a Thunder Tiger 36. So that's the.
Nelson on it?
Say again, please.
Is the Nelson legal?
Yes. And I wish I had a Nelson. Lou built the same airplane this year. He's got a Nelson, so I'm in trouble.
Why did the MO1 kind of take over the event, that design? What is it about that design that made it so popular?
I'm not sure. It's got the right geometry, I think.
I think the high-mounted wing is part of it.
Mm.
Are plans for that available, Jim? Readily available?
Yeah.
Where from?
Dick Perry had a kit. Let's see if I can take this down.
Are you limited on the size engines?
Yeah, 35 on this one, 35 size.
So you're kind of cheating with the 36, huh?
Well,
I admire that.
36.
Oh, I admire that. Make a good NASCAR crew chief.
What did you cover that with?
That 36 began to run with a Nelson 35, so he's not cheating.
What did you cover that with, Jim?
Ultra coat, or what is that? I'll tell you.
I think the
It's called
Nelson is a
Ultra
36 as well, Phil.
What?
I thought the Nelson was a 36 as well.
Oh, it probably is, but the Nelson will take off and run away from that one. That Nelson is, I watched the Navy carrier event down in Charlotte, Huntersville. And those Nelsons, when they crank up, everybody turns around and see what in the world's going on.
Now, where do
Those
you
things
put those clips you had?
Just sound powerful.
All right. So the clips go at the handle.
Okay.
The
Okay,
lines,
yep.
the lines are permanent, not permanent, but they're hard mounted to the bell crank.
Okay.
Now, those are screws that are locked, and you have Loctite on the threads. So the lines stay with the airplane. I don't know if you noticed. There's the lines.
Yes.
So here's the.
That's a lot of tip weight.
Yep.
Do
They
those
do.
do those ailerons actually work, or I thought I saw a gap between the wing and the aileron?
No,
Or they
that's
just
right.
painted on?
It's just
Ah,
tape.
yeah.
So that allows the lines to slide back during low speed?
Yes. All right. Let me try and show you something. You see this ring there?
Yeah.
If I had a third hand, I would give it down elevator, and there's a mechanism in there that holds that ring in. And that's where the lines stay for the high speed run.
Yeah.
And after I'm done with high speed and I go to low speed, I give it a blip of down. It releases this ring, and this whole mechanism slides back and locks in there.
Wouldn't you love to have been at the first contest when that guy showed up with that and everybody is like, what in hell?
Well, then there's more. If you do just that, think of what your lines just did to the bell crank, right? They just moved back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just changed your neutral by a whole bunch. So you got this little widget here, this other ring that holds the lead outs there, so your neutral doesn't change too much.
Right.
And you got to get that all working before you start the motor, or you're in big trouble.
Wow.
So this is a simple carrier thing, because there's the other thing that my friends learned, the hook. There is no hook. Let me take this off.
Yeah. Okay. You go fishing with that and use it for a gaff, don't you?
Yep. Yeah.
And then
I got to put this down. One sec. So that permanent hook, that's all you need.
Oh, so that doesn't move.
Doesn't deploy.
Hmm.
Less moving parts.
Yeah.
And that this piece of Tygon tubing, you use that when you're flying the airplane for practice.
Yeah.
Because then it won't snag a line or the grass or anything else.
Are those hand launched?
Hell no.
Well, they take off the carrier deck.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering how that was going to keep from dragging the ground if you took off, but I guess you take off the ship and it's.
Well, you take off. I mean, it's rolled over. You could take off.
Yeah.
And you have this thing on it, when you're taking off. And on the deck, that does just fine. On a hard deck.
Yeah.
The landing gear is 5/32. That's some beefy landing gear.
Where'd you find those wheels?
Those are Don's racing wheels.
Yeah.
Right.
And with that wing, Jim, you could do basic aerobatics with that, no problem, couldn't you?
No. It's a
No?
thin air. It's a thin airfoil.
Oh, okay.
It's a thin airfoil, and the airplane is heavy. This was a violation of everything I've learned to do about keeping things light.
Yeah.
It's a lot of strength in there.
Well, you got 2 pounds of wire on there.
And when you say it's heavy, you mean it's constructed heavily, or it's just because it's got all the hardware and stuff on it that needs to be built robustly?
Yes.
This airplane weighs 49 ounces.
Wow.
It's because it's built so robustly.
Yeah.
The fuselage, look at, these are 1/8-inch plywood doublers. Look how far back they come.
Oh, yes.
The
Yeah.
What is that right there on the
fuselage,
side of the fuse, Jim?
say again?
It looks like a little wire and almost like a switch or something. Or
Right there past the trailing edge.
yes.
This,
That's turbo.
Right.
Can you tell us, or we have to shoot us?
no, it's clever. This is the throttle.
Yeah.
It's so that these engines, you don't want them screaming lean on the deck, and you don't want them to have to sit there and maybe not idle. This allows your pit man to work the throttle from here. So you can do everything you need to do without monkeying around with the throttle. If you want to set the needle or have it at mid range, it's a very convenient device.
Okay, cool.
So that's what that's about. But like the tail of the stab is lined with basswood. The edges at the hinge, everywhere is lined with basswood. So's the fin and rudder. So's the fuselage. This is all basswood or spruce, whatever you have.
Those airplanes take a big beating.
Is that just because of the hard landings that it takes?
Yes, they take a big beating, and you want a pretty rigid fuselage because of that motor. The maple motor mounts, the top one goes back to here, and the bottom one probably goes back to about there, the maple.
Wow.
Hey, Jim, on your push rod on the other side, those connectors that hold from the rod to the bell crank there, the metal that goes on the end of the push rod, it's stretched. Are those? Where are you getting those?
Are you talking about this thing right there? Let me get a pointing tool. 1 minute.
A pencil will work.
Yeah. You talking about that?
Right. Is that threaded? Like at the end?
No, that's right. Same as I use on stunt ships. That's a carbon tube, 3/32 music wire.
Aluminum sleeve.
This is simply an aluminum tube over the carbon. And what I do with the music wire is I take this section and wrap some copper around it and then solder it so it has some tooth to it. And then I turn it so that it's sort of line to line with the inside of the carbon tube. And I JB weld it. It's
how you make those aluminum sheaths there, those ends. You take a dowel and put the dowel in a drill press that's the same size as your push rod. Take an aluminum tube, slip over it, cut it 1 inch, and then take a wood or maple motor mount and turn the end over until it's 3/32 hole.
That's right. You're just swedging it over. Yep.
You just epoxy that up.
Yep.
Looks like you needed some nose weight on that thing, huh?
Yeah. Although
those things weigh 4 ounces.
2.
That's an ounce, isn't it?
2 ounces.
That's a 2-ounce spinner. But
Higley heavy though.
The flight tests have shown, you make these things as tail heavy. You bring the CG back until you no longer can fly it in level flight. And this thing grooves in level flight now. So I'm going to take that off.
Then you rebuild it and move the CG forward a little bit.
That's why you start off with the CG forward and work your way back.
Yeah.
And
what's the best speed you can get out of those sort of ships, Jim? What do they turn?
I don't know.
Okay.
I saw one at contest. What's the guy's name? He's big carrier guy, Mosick or something like that.
Pete Mazur.
Pete Mazur.
Pete
I think he had
Missouri.
I think he had a high speed, if I remember correctly, and I mean, this was 20 some odd years ago, 100, right around 140 miles an hour.
What prop is
wow.
he? What size prop?
It's an
I don't-
APC. This is an APC 96.
9.6.
I noticed how convenient it was for you to have that first place plaque in view.
That was such an
Yeah,
accident.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
product
Pete's doing a lot with electric now.
Yes.
Currently, there's an electric class.
So
Now, you
here's the
talk
other
about
end of the
that-
spectrum.
You talk about that having you do as fast as 7 laps as fast as you can. Are you timed on how fast you go?
No, it's a proto start. You're timed from the moment the airplane's released.
Okay.
So 7 laps is a half a mile. The little ones have to go 8 laps to get a half a mile.
Hmm.
Let me tell Paul Taylor something. Paul, that's fine. I'll put my own wood on it. He's gonna make me a handle. Thanks.
So are the line lengths standard?
Yes, you have to be 60 foot from the center of the airplane to the center grip of the handle.
Oh, that's why you got those different
That's why you had to be so precise. Okay.
clips.
Yes, and it's 60 foot. I think it's plus or minus either 3 inches or 6 inches. It's very tight.
Plus or minus 6 inches.
6 inches. So you've got to do that, but you also have to make all these adjustments, and those clips are at their handle. So that's why you have a whole series of clips.
You know, back in the 60s when I was flying in Wham, they had a line that went back to the just in front of the stab.
Yeah, yeah.
When they throttle down, they'd pull that line so they'd get the yaw out.
Well, that's right. I read that you had one line in the one hand and your handle in the other hand.
Yep. But, you know, they had a throttle on them. But then they'd pull the one on the tail and they could just about stop the airplane.
What does your handle look like, Jim? Have you got a handle there for it?
I do. Give me a moment here.
Jim Walker.
I had one, gave it to Bart. Brand new in the box.
Jim Walker.
Yep.
3-line.
Yep.
See, it's called a J. Roberts.
Yeah.
Pete Roberts, that's what it is.
And I
Yeah,
still have
Jim Walker was a U really.
Right.
So,
There he is, first place.
That's a junior.
That's his cutting board.
so here's the handle.
aha.
Got the little thing on top.
That's the
You see
throttle.
it? There you go. Yeah, it's got the little thing on top.
That was like a slot car controller almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me do it this way here. There we go. So I can see. There. So here's the handle. So here's the up line. Here's the down line. But here's the throttle. The little one is the throttle.
So what does the spring do?
Turns
It just, the spring is optional, but it just is spring loaded into one position.
Well, if you don't have line tension, you don't have throttle control. So
at which end is high speed and low speed?
Most people set it up that this is high speed.
So you're holding on tight and you're
then it's
pulling that
spring
back.
loaded to idle.
Okay.
Have you never driven an RC car, Steve?
No.
But you can do it either way. But I'm cautioned if once you learn to do it one way, don't change.
Yeah.
So. So I set up the handle and the lines is all one match set, one line, one handle for the airplane.
Yeah.
Good way of doing it.
Is that a commercial handle, Jim, or did you make that?
It's commercial. Jay Roberts used to make them, and now I think Brodak makes them. There's a Brodak
Yeah,
Okay.
marking here.
get them from
Well,
Brodex.
Is there a
this
very,
is-
very big following for it? For carrier in America?
No,
No.
it's about like speed, about dead.
It's
a
too
shame.
bad. It's a lot of fun.
I think
Yeah.
Carrier's got a little bit of a comeback going though, doesn't it?
Who's
I think
that?
it's suffering from the same thing Stunt's suffering from.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's called attrition.
yeah.
Yeah. No
no-
new blood,
nothing's
and the
available.
old blood is dying out.
Yeah. And it's someone said to me this weekend, I'm not doing this because it's easy. I'm doing it because I thought it was easy.
Yeah.
Is Bert still beating everybody?
Yeah. Bert coached me through this project. Yeah. He's the man. He's really, really good at this.
How are you scored?
Well, like I said, they
You got
measure
extra
your
points?
time on the high speed, then they measure your time on the low speed, and then you're scored for the landing. And there's a mathematical formula. You plug those numbers in, and you get a score.
Okay. So it's just
It's a
three options.
It's
Fast,
a
slow,
differential.
lane.
It's a differential between high and low speed. And the more you can separate those two, the higher your score is going to be. Like if you went 110 top end and you could do 30 at bottom end, isn't that correct, Jim?
Essentially, yeah. But over
Yeah.
the years, they've goosed it to where now the low speed, there's more emphasis on low speed.
Huh.
Whereas back in the day when you're remembering, Gordon, there was more emphasis on the high speed.
They're still real
Well, I
heavy
thought
on the
it was
60
differential.
degrees.
Yeah. I thought it was the difference between your high and your low. And the more you could separate those two, the slower you could go. That difference between high and low, they figure that score in there somehow.
Well, right. Well, we're saying the same thing, Gordon.
Yeah.
Because if we have the same slow, but I have a faster high, then I'm going to score better than the other guy.
Right. Exactly.
How did they do that? How did they emphasize the slow?
I think there's some. I think there's a multiplier in there. I'm not
okay.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
K factor.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Jim Womack, had built a Guardian. It was pretty small, and he put a KB40 on it. And I'd had back surgery, and I just starting to where I could get up and walk around, and we had a contest. And I said, "You want me to launch that?" And he said, "Well, can you get out of the way?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." I turned him loose, and before I could pick up the battery and move, he went right over the top of my head.
Wow.
So I says, I don't think I'm moving fast enough anymore, Jim.
Did that launch in a perky, and it's a humbling experience.
Yeah,
Jim,
the big
his
carrier
prototype-
airplanes are scary.
Yeah, his prototype was like 114. And he had the trim tab that would kick out, the flats would drop down, the hook would drop. But that was a full bodied one. That wasn't the profiles.
Okay, the ones that have the hooks that drop down, how do you deploy the hook? Is it a separate line?
No, that's works with your throttle, isn't it, Jim? Back down.
It works with your elevators. You give it down, snap it down, and it drops the hook down.
Okay.
Yeah. All those
that's
devices are spring loaded, and there's a latch. So you give it, smack it down one time, and it delatches everything.
Right.
But
What about the scale stuff, Jim? Is there still, do they still do scale model carrier based? Same rules?
Yes, yes, there's enough bonus points, or in some categories, a requirement that it be, within 5% of scale, and that's a requirement. Yes.
Oh,
So where and when did the MO1 land on a real carrier? And
Way back.
It did. There's documentation.
It
of
really
it.
did.
It did.
It was
so
a
was
funny
that an
looking thing.
American airplane
Yep.
or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's
It was a
really
funny
fun, if
looking
you've ever
airplane.
seen it, is the slow flight, because you're hanging it on the prop at 60 degrees and walking around the circle at about, a couple miles an hour, which is really a challenge.
Do they still have reverse rotation engines?
So some people do. Yeah.
can you use a bislob?
Yeah, that's what I've often wondered.
Wouldn't be fast enough.
Oh my.
They probably
Yeah.
could actually.
Well, you can't exceed 60 degrees. So your bislab, if you're hanging it on the
Oh.
prop, you're gonna lose points.
Right.
But
Hey,
it
there's
is kind of
Howard.
like that.
How do the pilots monitor 60 degrees or sight that?
Guy
Well,
with
There's a judge.
the circle.
There's
There's
a
a guy
judge
that-
in the circle with a triangle.
Yep.
Yeah, but as the pilot, is that just something you have to memorize the look of, or are you allowed something on your handle that tells you the angle you need to keep, or?
So what a lot of people do is they set it up so that the hook is dangling at 60 degrees. So when the hook
Ah,
wire is vertical, then you're at 60.
So they put
And
a plumb bob on it.
And the guy in the judge in the center, he's talking to you, and you get 3 warnings,
hmm.
and you can
You
hit
should-
60.
And you want to use all 3 of them, I'm sure, right?
You want to use 2, and so you can hit 60, but you just can't stay there. And you also have to maintain forward velocity. If you have a headwind, you could be at 60 degrees and stand still or go backwards.
Oh. So how do they determine that?
The circle judge, the guy in the center.
Oh, okay.
I've only seen one airplane fly backwards, and that was when I was a kid. A guy had an RC 12-foot tailmaster, and he'd fly that thing backwards.
That's a big airplane.
It was.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the only one I've ever seen fly backwards. I ain't never seen a
Wow.
control line fly backwards, but I guess
Were you a passenger?
yeah. I wasn't that
He
small.
he
I
could
wasn't
have
that
been with that size airplane.
Yeah.
Well, before I turn it over, I want to show this to Gordon anyway. Have you been following it, Gordy?
Yeah.
I put the clear on it. I put the clear on it today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. First coat, so that I can ink it up.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty.
Beautiful.
That is
I
nice.
like it. Very nice.
So you like the bigger tails?
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know if I like it or not. I know it's going to turn better.
Yeah, bigger elevators.
Yeah.
Those original ones were kind of small.
I really like your colors on that. There.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
I don't know if it's flashy enough.
Wow. There's a clarity about that model that's unusual, Sparky.
Put some copper on it.
There's a
Oh no, not copper.
it's very nice, very clean.
Yeah, I'm going to ink it up.
I like that one the best.
Yep.
Of the ones you've done.
Are you,
I
are you
think
gonna
that-
put a bit more ink on than usual, or are you gonna keep it sort of simple?
Could have put a face tattoo on your pilot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's going to have panel lines on it.
I like the
Okay.
blue one. Your what is it? The high beam you built? Um, two-tone blue.
Oh, Simply Blue.
Simply Blues.
Yeah, I like
That's
that
my
one.
favorite one so far too.
Hey, Sparky,
Yeah,
how are you masking off those squares on the rudder? Do you use a mask?
my sign plotter.
Yeah, I saw that at work. It's cool.
What is it?
A sign
It's-
plotter. It's on. If you go to my Amazon store, it's in the Amazon store. I use blue masking, masking material, and I cut those on a sign plotter, and it just cuts it out, and you pick them out and transfer it over.
Yeah,
Oh, just like the whole thing on the rudder, then paint it.
Yeah, just like this. This is a sign mask. I mean,
Oh
spot
yeah,
mask.
I use that for my AMA number and the name of the airplane.
Right.
Same stuff. Yeah.
there you go.
Checkers are done the same way.
Ah,
And how I did these circles to get these correct shapes is I cut a bunch of circles, so 2-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, and I stuck them on the airplane. Then I used the fine line tape and followed that circle around, and it peel the circle off. That's how to get those
cool.
perfect.
Yeah, hey, I got that material, Bob. But
Oh, yeah.
but my wife, she took a yard of it.
Whatever.
She was curious about it, so she's gonna do something.
Yeah.
She's gonna have her crossfire done before you have yours done, I bet.
I think so, yeah.
When he started building that last year, I said, "Yeah, you're going to have that about 2025." So no, I'll have it done before that. Yeah.
No, it is 2025 and it still ain't done.
All right.
But it's coming along nicely, I think.
Very nice.
It'll right now with all up it weighs 60 ounces, 59.9. With the wheels and the engine, the tank, the plumbing, and all that other crap. So I figure this thing will be 64 ounces by the time I get the clear on it, the rest of the clear.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put a carbon tank in it?
Oh yeah. So one of the ones I make.
Do they last a long time?
I don't know. I believe so. I mean, I've sold quite a few of them, no comebacks. They're hard as a rock. I'm using the correct aerospace epoxy. That's that EPON 862 with the tetramine or whatever it is hardener. That carbon is just like metal when it's done. I mean,
So what do they weigh on a 6-ounce tank?
1 ounce.
An ounce?
This tank weighs 1 ounce.
Yeah, I think mine are around 2.25. For a metal tank.
And this
And
is
that's with the plumbing and everything.
yeah.
Sparky, wouldn't a plastic tank be lighter?
No.
Nice.
Plastic
Very
tank.
nice.
Yeah, neither will an aqua velva bottle.
Voice of experience talking, I take it.
Aqua Velva. Jesus.
That's what Bob used to use.
This is 1 ounce and a fifth, 1.15.
How many grams is that? 30 grams?
Yep, right about 30. 28 grams to an ounce.
33.
28.35 to be exact.
But that's a whole lot lighter. But listen to it.
Muted.
Sounds just like steel.
Huh.
And they're stiff. Okay.
Well, my question: where we're gonna get bell cranks?
I don't know.
Isn't Dan Winship making them?
No.
When did he
No?
change his mind?
Huh.
Hey, Howard.
Have you guys looked at the ones from Eliminator Props?
Yep, I've used them before. They're designed by Mike Pratt. I don't like the design of it. It's kind of a goofy bell crank. The lead out placement is in the wrong side of the pin unless you use a reverse bell crank.
Well,
What about that stuff you do? I think some of y'all was talking about it way back. The PC board material.
Phenolic.
Yeah.
Phenolic, that's still a good idea, but you got to get it.
It's heavy too. Well, I got tons.
Oh, is it?
A lot heavier than carbon.
Well, that's
Carbon
true,
bell
but
cranks weigh 7 grams.
yeah, but if we can't get them, it don't matter what they weigh.
Well, I got all I can use. I mean, I got the mold.
Why don't you make us some then?
It sounds easy, but there's no money in it. It's not worth the hassle. There's no money in making this tank. Wendy charged 10, 15 years ago $100 for this tank. And you hear people whining about $100. It's such a pain in the ass. So,
Charge them 200. Hey, Howard.
I got landing gear molds too. I ain't doing that. I mean, you know,
Howard.
nobody wants to pay what it's worth. Well, it's a hobby. Yeah, it's my time. You know?
Hey, Howard. Just got a question. Your impact. Would you by chance have a digital copy of that, like on your computer?
Not really. I just have little pieces of it.
Your mic is muted somehow.
Can't hear you.
oh, look, you got a banana in your tailpipe.
You're not missing anything.
There you go. That's better.
I just wanted to look at the plan if you had it. That's all. I was just interested in taking a look.
I don't.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Just wondered.
Look
Thanks.
at the flying model. What I think.
Got a poor connection, Howard.
Yeah, you're cutting
He
out.
gets too far away from his mic is what it is.
He's right there at it.
Oh,
Spent a lot of time on here late with him. That's what it is.
Don't the Moon Brothers have a plan for the impact?
Didn't they kid it?
I think they kitted it. Yeah.
That's true.
Doesn't Outer Zone have an impact plan?
I don't know. I should look on that to find out.
They might. Flying Models sold vellum style drawings. They weren't CAD.
Did you say a different one?
There's two different ones. One used a foam wing and one used a built-up wing. I have them both.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for the one that's got the ribs in it, not foam. If they have it, that's the other thing.
I don't remember where it came from, but I have a copy of it downstairs.
Nope, they don't have an impact plans on Outer Zone.
They don't?
No.
Okay. Phil, did you say you have the one with the foam wing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I have the foam wing one. That's the one I'm flying now, or ready to fly again.
Yeah.
Stripped it down, repainted it. Made the mistake of painting it with automotive paint, and that was a big mistake.
Was that
Heavy?
Oh, it turned out heavy. It turned out heavy. It was 5 ounces for a coat of white.
Whoa.
I think I became one with the spray gun. So I took my time and sanded it off.
A little heavy on the trigger.
Yeah, it must be. I thought an Omni white would work, but it's just too darn heavy. So I stripped it all down, stripped it back down to the primer and halfway into the primer, and then I'm gonna go back with I started to go back with that water-based paint, but I'm gonna go back with dope and spray that one with dope. And I'm gonna do one of my electric planes with that water-based paint.
Well, don't get heavy on it, light mist coat, then come back with a regular coat.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it because I've painted cars, I've painted a lot of airplanes. I've never had that problem before, but I got it done. I know it's a big airplane, but I got done with it and let it dry for 2 or 3 days and put it all on the scale. Cause
What
darn, this
brand?
thing feels heavy.
What
So
brand
I
of paint?
stacked it. So I stacked everything on the scale, put the basic airplane together because mine's a take apart. And put it on the scale and it had gained 5 ounces. And I said, heavens to bit. That's not going to compute. So I took it back apart and started making with sanding practice.
Hey guys, I'm gonna turn this over and end the stream. We'll have the after party. So let me close this out. It's please like, subscribe, and share. And I appreciate you watching. Check out my Amazon store. I got all kind of stuff in there you might be interested in. And I'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.
Okay, you have a good night. See you, Sparky.
Marky,
No,
I'll call you tomorrow.
I'm not
Try to
going
stay out.
anywhere.
Huh? You're not going anywhere. Okay.
I'm